department.
I really spent some time studying Sue, and I know Josh Capo is going to be doing a grinding the tape on Sue, and I really spent some time last night and today studying some film on Sue, looking
Mhm.
at some of the PFF grades, which are they're not the holy grail, they're not the Bible, but they can be used as a good measuring stick. And listen, Sue ended his Buccaneer career, if that was his last game against the Rams, on a high note. That was his highest graded game of the season. He was phenomenal in that game. The problem is, previous week against the Eagles, against the Jets, against the Panthers, he did not grade very well. Matter of fact, I think he ended up with like a 44, 45 grade from PFF for the season. Maybe it was 48, but it was clearly his lowest graded season in his entire NFL career. And his first year, I think he got a 69 grade in 2019.
Mhm.
So in the eyes of PFF, when you look at all the games and his impact, it was a decline there. And I've talked to people within the organization that, I mean, we're telling you that's why they're not signing him. You can go back and look at the tape, and he's 35. He can't run like he used to, not just in laterally and run defense, but also he just can't seal the deal and get to the quarterback like he used to. When people are saying, and I see some people in the chat, we need Gronk and Sue and JPP back. If you're
I
talking
think you
about
need. I think
if
you
you're
need
talking
one
about
of
the
those three.
2019 and the 2020 versions of those players, sure. But when you're in your 30s, and I've talked to Warren Sapp about this, there's that 1 year, and you don't know when your expiration date is as an NFL player, but you just fall off the face of the earth. You're a fast receiver. All of a sudden, 1 year, you can't run anymore, right? You've been a quarterback for 10 years in the league. All of a sudden, you just can't put the zip on the ball like you used to, right? That happens, right? That's why you see running backs typically 30 and they're done because they just don't have the juice, the explosion anymore, the tackle breaking ability, the tackle slipping ability. And so with JPP and Sue, from the team standpoint, the last year, 2021, was the year those guys kind of fell off the cliff. And we'll
Yeah,
see if that changes, but I don't think it's going to.
you just mentioned the two of them and Gronk. You only need one out of those three, and that's clearly it's Rob Gronkowski. And
Yes.
JPP's drop off, I think, was a little more up front and like more noticeable and obvious than I would say Ndamukong Suh would be. And to
Yeah.
Sue's detriment as well, I would say the Bucs do a very good job in terms of just rotating their defensive tackles and their outside linebackers as well too,
Right.
almost to a fault. I think there were times last year where we were complaining why is Anthony Nelson and Cam Gill on the field as much as they are? And
Right.
I don't want to knock Anthony Nelson too much because I thought he
Yeah.
did a great job as as that third outside linebacker. But
Yeah.
there was a lot of times where it was like, I think Shaq should be on the field right now, or I think Joe
Right.
Tryon-Shoyinka should be on the field, but they stick to their rotation. So we're talking about Sue. If he was
Yeah.
already on a little bit of a pitch count, and we actually talked about that with Casey Rogers in terms of Vita Vea. Is he going to play more? Because we want to see more Vita Vea. But
Yeah.
again, if we're talking about Sue and maybe losing a step, if he's already on a bit of a more of a rotation than maybe other teams would really do with using their defensive tackles,
Right.
that doesn't really help Sue's case. I still think he could be helpful to this team, but not for the price tag that he's looking for with that $9 million.
And folks, that's the other component in this. And Matt, you're exactly right. He's 35. He's got a wife and a couple kids, twins at home.
Yep.
He's already got one eye on the financial world, where I think he's going to end up ruling, doing whatever he wants to do there.
Yeah.
It's just that he looks at it like, I've had 6 sacks the last couple of seasons. I can still play. And of course, a lot of NFL players still think they can play.
Sure.
They need the league to tell them you're done. Because a lot of these guys still, they love playing the game. They love the camaraderie. They love the teamwork. They love the paycheck. But sometimes the league has to tell you, sorry, you're done. And we haven't seen any other team show any interest in Ndamukong Suh. Certainly not at $9 million. And I'm not sure that's his price tag.
Yeah.
That's what he's asking for. But it has been that the last 3 years. So why wouldn't it be this year? And of course, the Buccaneers are saying no. Even at $5 million, is that their magic number? I don't know. I'm not sure.